It's daylight, kind of. Merry Christmas, everybody. Celebrating an early Christmas with my family today. Before we go off to France in a week's time, we'll be driving away in a week to stability, to a new year. Listened to a fascinating podcast this morning by an astrologer called Pam Gregory being interviewed by somebody called Emilio. I woke up at 3:30, so I'm going to be tired tonight. But I might have a week push of waking up early and getting AI Employee University off the ground. I don't know. It's been a wild year. But yeah, I just love to. I know astrology. You can look at it, and you can look at like. I personally, I don't care now on this channel. I'm just trying to be as authentic as possible and share what I'm into. I do not care what people think, and I know astrology is this weird and wonderful thing because it's the etheric. We cannot see it, and there's obviously a lot of like weird mystic meg astrology columns where it's like, oh right, what, how can, and they want you to call a hotline and so there's a lot of nonsense surrounding this, but we are a tiny planet surrounded by many other planets that are moving in this natural harmony with each other. And I've always kind of been interested in it, and I've always loved the idea that we're part of this bigger tapestry. If you look at nature and how an acorn can grow into a tree and how birds know how to emigrate at certain times, and nature, I mean, there's a million things you could list with nature. There's like an unwritten code, an intelligence. Look at humans that we grow. If we cut ourselves, we grow back, we heal. And what I've been interested in recently is hearing a lot about this. Pam Gregory does a really good job of like going back in time to when similar astrological moments happened where the planets were in certain alignments or conjunctions and certain things happened around the world, because different planets can bring in different states of harmony. And now these planets are all made of the stuff that we're made of, and like the moon is going around the earth pulling in and out of the tides that are made of water, and we're made of water. But there's other chemical compounds that go on which, just some days, I know there's other factors, but some days you just wake up and you're just like feeling good today. Yeah. And then other days it just feels a little bit fractious, a little bit like, oh, what's going on? So who knows? Who knows? But we know that things that are bigger than us, outside of us, affect us. We know that if somebody walks into a room who's positive and uplifting and beaming full of light, they can rise people up. And equally, if somebody's in a bad mood and you can just tell they're having a bad day or they're just really annoyed or pissed off, you can pick up on that, can't you? You can pick up on that energy of a person. So if we can do that person to person, and we know these bigger things have impacts on things that are larger than us, then maybe, just maybe, there's a lot to this astrology. It's very in depth. I got into numerology, and I've had a few numerology readings as well, where that's kind of, it's like astrology, but it's decoding it down to the numbers, because everything's just a wave. Everything is just waves of energy. And astrology is like, if you take the point of your birth where you were born, you were then, your soul being, energy being, is exposed to the fluctuations at that time. So your pattern from then will be 1 to 9, in and out, a pattern within the years, months, days. So I know it's the unseen, and I know it sounds airy fairy, crazy, wackery, crackery nonsense. But are we really that smart, where we don't even use much of our brains? We don't know how much of the body works, and the soul, and the energy, and the chemicals, and the hormones. We can't explain it all with our modern day science. We just can't. There are so many things that go on with the heart. The heart has more neurons going to the brain than the brain has to the heart. The heart does far more than we know about. It's not just a pump. So if we don't really know very much, I like to go forward with the notion and be open to the possibility of, magic and a kind of cosmic order, I guess, of things out there that if we can get in harmony with, then things flow a bit more. Like I've certainly experienced that, especially in Bali doing the yoga, and you just kind of just get into a flow. You're like, yeah, life feels effortless. It's like you're just in a bliss state and you're just like, everything's amazing, you know. Amazon Prime, I learned last night, have got a skip limit on one of their plans, which was a new feature apparently bought in a year ago, my dad tells me. And I was skipping through some of the tracks, and then the skip limit got reached. I'm like, that's pretty mad. It's like, here's some free music, but we're going to limit the amount of times you can skip through it. I'm not sure what they're trying to get there. Obviously, they're trying to sell a bigger package, but it just seems to me as if it's technology just testing the boundaries, and getting us used to kind of obeying technology in ways. It's like they're almost like a lot of these companies are experimenting with what they can get away with. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to annoy them, but like, will they stand for it? How many people will stand for it? How many people will then go up to the next package, or how many people will like stay put on this with the skip limit new rule? Yeah, it just seems, I know, and this is obviously going on because this is happening all the time. Things change, and it's all one big digital experiment. And obviously it happens in politics and laws and taxes. It's just keep pushing until people get upset and then pull back. But that's just a basic function, isn't it? It's not like, oh, you can only listen to 10 songs a day. It's like you can listen to as many songs as you want, but there's a skip limit. So you have to then listen to that one track. I just find it fascinating that we are living in this day and age. I love technology. I hate technology. I'm building a technology company. Education, to use technology, but to basically use the hell out of it so you don't have to have too much technology and you can live your life most and have freedom and do what you want. Anyway, I better check on the Yorkshires.